everyone. Welcome to my classroom. I am going to spend a little bit of time today. Today is Thursday, July 28th, I think. I'm going to spend a few hours here taking care of a couple of things. I was here yesterday. I did not film anything, so I'll walk you around and show you like what the room looks like, because yesterday my stepdad came up to put a new shelf unit together, and then he helped me move the furniture around so that I wasn't tearing up the new wax on the floor. So I will walk you around and show you what we did yesterday, and then I have a couple of things, as I mentioned, that I want to do today. So the furniture is basically where it belongs for the most part. I have a couple things like randomly stuck around to like hold rugs and stuff down, to like unroll them. So let me just turn you around. I'll walk you around, show you what it's looking like. It's different in here. So if you watched any of my Week in My Teacher Life videos from last year, I have different furniture. So I'll show you that, show you what we're gonna do today, and then we're just gonna get to it, because I don't want to be up here for too terribly long, but just enough to get a couple of things done. So let me show you what we're looking like. All right, so here is the door. This was the table that I was using for my computer last year, but I've moved it right here to put the mailboxes on. This is where they're gonna turn their folders in. And then as we move, this is going to hold the word work bins for rotations. I have the shelves for their book boxes. I need to like move the shelves and stuff. This table is gonna come this way. And then here is what my little library area is looking like. So I have my leveled books in here, and then I will put like my subject bins here. The rest of them are over here, but this is what that's looking like. I am going to take this birthday board down. I think I haven't completely decided, but I know I'm going to redo all of the borders on the bulletin board, so that's a project for today. This is the rug that I picked up. This is an outdoor rug. We are not allowed to have regular like carpet rugs, so I'm hoping that I can just seat the kids along the outside, because this will not be enough for all of them, or big enough for all of them. This is the shelf unit that my stepdad put together, so I'm very excited to have that. This is what we're looking like for my little area. I just decided I was going to use my actual desk for the computer this year instead of having two tables right here, because that was kind of cluttered. So I have my drawer unit, anchor chart paper. This desk is not staying here. It's just holding down this mat because it was rolled up. This is going to be my writing station. So with this table, I put the shelf here to kind of like block that off, to give like a designated work space. And then this is going to hold my stuff for math centers. I'm going to swap out these bins for these up top. These broke when I used them with my second graders in 2019, 2020. That was the year I was using those. A lot of them are broken, so I'm just pulling all of that out. I'm gonna probably get rid of the bins, but I'm gonna use that to hold math centers. You can see I started to take the border down and then remembered I was gonna film it, so I stopped. This is small group table. This one is a smaller table than what I had in here last year. I am really excited because I will actually be able to reach the students. The other one was very, very wide. I have this shelf here to hold curriculum and stuff. I did peel the borders and stuff off of this board. If there's time, I might paint it black, but I haven't quite decided. And then this is, well, right here is where the Chromebook cart's gonna go, but we're not allowed to have those yet. They're still trying to like inventory stuff, so it's gonna go where it was last year. Then I have their cubbies. These bins go in here. And then this is going to hold my morning tubs, which are gonna be like fine motor bin type things. So If you move over here, this is where the door is. These are the little tables that I have this year. They seat 2 students. A teacher who had these is not coming back this year. She's staying home with her new baby. So I took her tables with her permission and that's what we're looking like. So my plan today is going to be to swap out all of these bulletin board borders for the new ones that I picked up and see how the rugs are doing. If they're flat, I'm gonna move all of the furniture off of them and put it where it belongs. And then I'm thinking I'm going to work on emptying out the rest of the stuff in my closet. It's mostly decor and stuff for my desk, so I don't have too much left in there to clear out, but the light is burned out in the closet, so I'm gonna have to use my cell phone's flashlight because it's very dark in there. There's no windows, but that is the plan, y'all. So I'm just gonna put you on time lapse, take care of the bulletin boards first, and then we'll see what time it is and how much time I have left. Because as I said, I don't plan on staying too terribly long today. So let's get to it. Show you the border. So this is the same paper. I have used this paper since I moved into the school in 2019. Thankfully, when I had to change grade levels in rooms, this green paper fit from the bulletin boards upstairs right down here. So this is the same, this is the better than paper, but I did want to change up the borders just to add something a little bit different this year. So I went ahead and did the white wood, as you just saw. And now I'm gonna go over it and double it up with this border. This is from the Everyone is Welcome collection from Teacher Created Resources. So that's what we're going to do next. And then this big giant bulletin board will be finished. So let's take care of that. One bulletin board done. It's not perfect down at the corners, but it is good enough for me, y'all. There you go. So now I have that one, and that one to do. So let me get it done. All right, y'all, excuse the glow. I'm hot, even though it's not hot in here, but I was fighting with those bulletin boards. They are all finished. I'm gonna go ahead and show you. I also moved my chair that I sit in when we do like whole group reading and my easel where I think I'm going to keep them, and we'll kind of chat a little bit about my plan for when I'm not using the easel. And I also got the mat under my desk. So let's go ahead and I will flip you around and kind of give you a close-up of the bulletin board. So that is what I wound up doing, just kind of overlapping on the top. I did have to trim some of them, but it looks perfectly fine. So this is gonna be word work, so I don't need anything else but the top so I can display the students' names and like the color bin that they have. I put 2 of the new pillows on the chairs here. I have a lot of other pillows, but I think I'm gonna get like a basket or something to shove them in and then keep it somewhere over here. The rest of the subject bins are right there, so I need to just put them on here. I think I am gonna go ahead and leave that as the birthday board, so I will put the title back up a little bit later. But here's what it's looking like at the front of the room. So we have our smart board. That's the new shelf that's gonna keep some of my math stuff for when I do small groups. And then I put the chair here so that I can like seat the students around the edge of the rug is my thought. And then when I'm not using the easel, I'm gonna just push it flat against the board so that it's not like tilted out, so I'll be able to see students in the little reading area. So that's that. Here's the mat. So I did move it under the chair. This chair tore up the floor last year. That's why I went ahead and got like a mat to put under it this year. So hopefully it will not tear up the floor. And then I do have my drawers, and then these are just like storage and things like that. I'm gonna reroute what's in there because some of what's in there is gonna go in that new shelf unit over there. So that is where we are right now. I'm kind of just looking around a little bit. I did empty out a couple of like boxes that I'd brought some stuff back to school, and I have a couple more boxes to empty out. I think I might go ahead and empty them out just onto the table so I can see what all is in there, and then we may call it a day for today because I'm not really feeling like doing too terribly much. I'm going to be getting a different shelf for my STEM tubs because this one is very old and rickety. So I'm going to be swapping that out for a different one, but so I don't want to touch any of that because then I would have to do it again, and I don't feel like doing that. So yeah, we'll just see. I think I'll empty those boxes out and then probably just call it a day. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So I just found something that I've been looking for all summer. I had printed out a couple of the things for Tara West's guided like phonics, and they're right here. I was planning on like working on that over the summer, printing the rest of the letters, putting them into sheet protectors, and somehow it got put in a box rather than where I'd put it. So I'm gonna take that back home so I can work on that. I also found the books that were in my book hospital that need to be fixed. So those are going back home too. Go figure. So I'm gonna empty out my wagon right there, and we're gonna put this stuff back in there and take that back home. Yeah, no wonder I couldn't find it. It was in a box. I thought I'd go ahead and show you a couple of things that I've picked up for this year. So Amazon had this spirograph discounted during Prime Day. So I'm gonna go, all right, so I picked that up rather for like a fine motor activity to put in my morning tubs. My morning tubs are going to be focused on fine motor activities because I noticed last year that my students had very, very weak fine motor skills. So I'm trying to incorporate some of those. I had a couple of things on my Amazon wish list, one of which was these cute little hole punches. So my friend Emma, thank you Emma, sent those to me. And she also sent me these sentence building cards, which I think will be a lot of fun for the writing center. So if you would like to support my classroom, this is a shameless plug, I have linked my Amazon wish list down below in the description box if you want to check it out. I am very grateful to anyone who sends me anything for my classroom. My students would really, really love it. I have a lot of fine motor and sensory activities on my list this year because I am hoping to incorporate more of that to give my kids kind of a more well-rounded education. We do not have playtime, so I'm going to try to squeeze that in as best I can through like various center activities and things like that. So that's what's on my Amazon list. If you want to check it out and support my classroom, that would be fantastic. It is linked down below, but absolutely no pressure. It's just there if you are interested. Now, I emptied those boxes and the wagon out, found that stuff that had been missing, gonna take that back home. I found another pillow that I'd forgotten I'd picked up. It's this one right here, so I'm gonna go stick that in my library area. And then I think we're gonna call it a day. I have a pretty good start on things, and when we come back, so we report back on the 9th, August 9th. That is like all day of like meetings and stuff like that, but on the 10th, like the rest of that week, actually, I think we have like at least half the day to work in our rooms. So I should be perfectly fine. I have a couple of things that I'm still working on at home. I'm redoing my schedule cards, just little things. I redid my word wall letters. I'm going to probably work on that maybe on a day next week. I do have a meeting next week, I think on the 2nd, because I am a mentor for a new teacher in our building, and we have to go to like a morning meeting on the 2nd. So I have that. I have another meeting on the 4th in the afternoon, but I think I'll probably pop up a couple days. Maybe after that morning meeting, I'll come over for a little while, and then possibly in the morning before my afternoon meeting. But then I think we're gonna just wait until we've reported back, but we'll see how it goes. I don't have too terribly much to do because it's mostly set up with the furniture and things like that. It's mostly getting activities and stuff ready that I'm gonna need to work on. But anyway, enough rambling. Let me put this pillow away, and then we'll sign off for today, and I will pick you back up the next time I am in my classroom. All right, y'all, that's gonna be the end of day 1 of classroom setup. As I said, I will record again the next time I'm in my room, probably next week, because I am not going to come up tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, and I probably will not be up again until Tuesday after that meeting, since I'll be out and right down the road from my school. Might as well pop over and spend a little bit of time probably working on my word wall. But I do have some things that I'm gonna need to do at home, some laminating, stuff like that. So I'll work on that this weekend, bring that in, and then get it set up hopefully next week. So hope you enjoyed day 1. I will chat with you the next time I'm here. Hey y'all, happy Saturday. I realized as I was importing the footage from my classroom from this week that I'm already at like 18 and a half minutes or so, and I realized that if I were to add the next day of setup onto that, it would be quite a long video. So we're gonna go ahead and actually end this part of classroom setup right here. I am going to be going back into my classroom 2, maybe 3 times next week just to do little things. So I will film that as like a part 2 of classroom setup. So we're gonna close out part 1 right here. I hope you enjoyed. I know it wasn't too terribly interesting since I was fighting with bulletin boards most of the time, but nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. My next classroom setup video probably will come out in a couple of weeks, maybe next week. We'll see. I'm not really sure what all I'm going to be able to film. So anyway, on that note, I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.